Guys, welcome back. You'll hear the end of this podcast where I realize now that I need a state license. I didn't know this at all. Got a little bit of education here. So we're talking to Matthew Winters. He is a good buddy of mine. Known him forever. We went to elementary school, middle school, high school together. I still live in the same area. He's moved to Vegas since then, has a beautiful wife, family, and killing it as an attorney. And when I made the announcement that I'm doing this podcast, he offered to come on, and I'm actually really glad he did, especially with everything going on with PPA or PPP, unemployment, and all that stuff. He has this vast amount of knowledge, and he's created kind of a company, which actually has nothing to do with the corona, but it's just kind of their timing that you can kind of get all your services together, your CPA, your attorney, anything with money, taxes involved, anything like that, all kind of comes together. So he explains it way better than I can. Like I said, I don't know much about this stuff in general at all. You're going to see how naive I am at the end of this podcast as well, because it's information that I didn't know I had, and I'm going to turn into an LLC. He'll save me money in taxes, blah, blah, blah. So we'll keep it going. So this is fun. It's fun to kind of get to know him. We don't really talk about much personal stuff on this. We just kind of talk about business. But I have some good stories of Matt when we were younger. So I'd like to actually get him on and kind of chat, because I don't have any friends anymore. Like I have no friends. There's no friends at all. So guys, life is great. Thank you for listening to these little spotlight podcasts. If you know anybody that wants to be on this to promote their business, push out, just get information to a new network, my network, that would be awesome. And thank you everybody so far for subscribing, pushing. The numbers are going up and it's looking very good. I don't make money off this. I don't get sponsored. So this is really just kind of a passion project for me. And if you're listening to this, then I appreciate you guys' support. And that's all I need in the support. So guys, without further ado, wait, this is called Raw Focus. My name's Jeremy. Without further ado, here's Matthew Winters.
Mr. Lou, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, but oh my God, you got that fancy bookcase in the back?
That's right. You gotta look the part, right?
How's it going, buddy? How's life?
Oh, man, just busy. Always something new.
Good. Yes, as it should be.
Yeah, trying to push through whatever garbage we're all going through right now. And
Where are you at right now?
Las Vegas. So
yeah, your mayor is famous now.
understatement of the day, right?
Oh my God. Like I was telling somebody, I didn't even think there was a mayor in Vegas. I mean, obviously there is, but like I didn't know who it was. And then all of a sudden now it's just the crazy person. So that's cool.
What's interesting is she's only the mayor of the downtown area. So most people don't know Las Vegas only consists of downtown up to a certain part of the northern part of the city. And so the Strip and the rest of Las Vegas is not considered the city of Las Vegas. So she's only the mayor of downtown. The Strip is part of a town called Paradise. We live in Enterprise. So there's lots of different townships. So it's kind of a weird concept.
Which is why she's pushing so hard for that downtown. It's just she didn't think it through, man. Like her answers were definitely open up. We'll let them all die. I don't gamble. Like those weird,
Right. I think her agenda was a little misplaced.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, I want everything open, like I for sure do, but like with a plan of sorts.
Yeah, you and me both. So
yeah, but it looks like not after tonight.
Deemed an essential business, so we've been open this whole time.
That's good. But even though you're essential business, I mean, are people? Is the money still coming in, or is it more like retainers, or what's going on with you?
So yeah, a little bit of background. I mean, we do run and operate two different businesses. So the law firm specifically that we operate, that's been ongoing. No issues there. In fact, it's gotten busier.
Right.
Everybody needs interpretation with what's going on right now. Whereas the tax and the financial planning and that side of the business that we run, that's kind of brand new. So we're experiencing this kind of stuff for the first time. But again, like the law firm, it's gotten significantly busier because people are realizing, hey, I get extra time to file my taxes. I get extra, I can't afford my full-time bookkeeper. Maybe I can afford a remote one. And so we're just pivoting a little bit to make it make sense for, clients overall.
Yeah, the whole pushing back 3 months, like I was going to do my taxes and I was like, I'm not going to do my taxes. And then with the whole PPP stuff, when people are like, you should have done your taxes so you can get this. Luckily, they're all not requiring it. So we'll see what happens, but I'm waiting on it. All right.
Right.
So we're going to go on to live here and we're just going to continue the convo
Sure, man.
in a second. How's the wife? I like that picture in the background there. That looks nice.
Yeah, I know who took it.
I know, right? How long ago was that?
5 years this year.
5 years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Holy shit. And now, I mean, well, since then the water is like, I don't know how often you come back, but like the water is completely covered that whole area.
Really?
So I think that was one of the last times where anybody's been able to get to that area, because Zephyr is just like full of water now. Like Tahoe got up 5 feet higher than it should be.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
got that spot then.
yeah, I mean, I've shot a couple weddings there, and then just that little cove now, nobody can get out there anymore. So, but and they just reopened up Tahoe a little bit here without fining everybody.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts, right?
It's not going to. All right. What's the business name? Are you guys on Facebook?
The law firm is not. The other business is. The business name is Sage Tax and Business Advisors.
Sage Tax. Come on. Business. Sage Tax Business Advisors?
Correct. It's like a white background, green logo.
Yeah, nothing's pulling up, but I'm hoping if I just do this.
I can send you a link to it. I think I did send you a link to it.
Not like it, you know how it automatically like starts to pull up?
Right.
As I'm typing. Oh, here we go. Sage. All right, one more time.
Sage Tax and Business Advisors.
Okay, I just had to do a space there. Got it.
There we go.
Awesome.
So website's currently under construction, but otherwise, we're doing good. We hired our CPA, our bookkeeper. We've got financial advisors. So
awesome, man. Yeah. So when we go through this, you're going to explain this to me like I'm a 4-year-old, because I know nothing about what you're doing in life.
Nope, you're good.
And so I'm not a law guy, I'm just a picture taker. Please.
Don't sell yourself short.
I know. Well, it's better. It's easier for me because like I used to pretend that I knew everything, what everybody was talking about, and then I got to a point where like I leave them like politics are the same way. I have no idea what the fuck people are talking about in politics.
No, I choose to stay uninvolved from that stuff because if you insert yourself into it, people are polarizing on one side or the other.
Right.
Just say, you know what? I'm right in the middle. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it, but let's fix your problem instead.
Yeah. Well, when people are like, "Who'd you vote for?" and I'm like, "I'm out." Like, it's cool.
And
never gonna win. Yeah, never gonna win this. Awesome. All right, hang tight. Hey guys, welcome back to Raw Focus. This is the second one we've done today, the last one we've done today, and this is actually going to be a super fun one. So we've been focusing on 30-minute videos, 30-minute podcasts of local businesses, of theoretically people that I know. So if you know me, you can get on here. And we're here with Matthew Winters, who I've known for like 20-something years now. Yeah, it was middle school, I think I would say.
Yeah, elementary school, middle school.
It's been a while, and I live still close to where you used to live. I'm just across the pond here still, but you're now in Vegas doing big things, and we were just having a little convo about your mayor, and we're gonna get some more news from the governor tonight on everything. But dude, thank you so much for joining us. How's your day going, man?
Oh, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Day's going good. Putting out fires, helping people out. So.
Right. So let's tell people what you do. And right before we went on here, I was like, you have to explain this to me like I'm a 4-year-old. So tell me and the people what you do, because sometimes people don't think that you're actually going to be busier than what you're going to tell them. So what do you do?
Sure. So I guess from the top-down view, I am an attorney. If you look at it from a broad spectrum, unlike most attorneys, I have 2 law degrees. Apparently, I like to torture that much.
That's so insane.
I've got the regular law degree that everybody else gets, a Juris Doctorate. I've also got what's called an LLM, which is a Master's in Taxation. Essentially, the majority of my job is handled with tax and estate law. I represent clients in federal tax court, tax planning. Um, but for the most part, the legal side of what I do is also supplemented by the compliance side. So we just started another business that has CPAs, accountants, bookkeepers, financial planners, and we're starting what's called a multi-family office. So you, as a client, you only have to go to one place, and you get all three
Nice.
of your major advisors in one location for you. So
Who
that's
is your typical client base, and who goes to see you guys?
anybody really. So we have, we focus more on families and small business owners, and that's
Okay.
really our core. But whether it's estate planning, hey, I want to draft a will, a trust. Everybody gets their taxes done every year.
Right.
You got to save money, 401k, IRA, everything in between. We can handle all of that, and we do so collectively, as opposed to you going to 10 different places. We can do it all in one place. That way, we're all talking about you. What situation works best for you as a client, as opposed to what situation works best for the advisors in making more money.
So yeah, so basically, I like that. So yeah, there's one file in there for me. So if I need something and I'm doing a trust or a will, and then my taxes, you guys can always find that within your own system. I think that's smart. I like that. But you said this is kind of the newer part, or you're at least bringing everybody together at this point.
Yeah, this is the new stage. So, we've realized over the course of years, and, I've been an attorney for a little while now, and every time I try and walk through a client with another advisor, we're bumping our heads and we're going,
Right.
look, I can't give you proper tax advice if your CPA doesn't know what we're talking about, or if your financial planner's never heard of this option before.
Yeah.
And, it left us scratching our heads going, what can we do to fix this? And so we said, hey, we'll just pull everybody in one office and we'll make this make sense.
Is this common? I mean, are people doing this? Like
It
other
is
businesses doing this model?
not really. It's common for the billionaires of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, for lack of a better person, the Trumps, the Rockefellers, the Paris Hiltons of the world, they all have this at their disposal. And so
Right.
we're just creating it for everybody. It really needs to be part of a conversation for every single family. And that's what we've realized. And so we're creating it from the ground up.
So with the whole coronavirus, everything that's going on, um, I mean, is this helping business, hurting business? I know that you said you're deemed an essential, you're an essential business, so you guys haven't had to close, but that
Right.
doesn't mean that, other people are giving you money. How is everything working with what you guys are doing?
So, there's, as always, you're going to get the typical attorney answer from me, right? But there's a lot of different prongs that we do. And so it has enhanced our tax practice a little bit, where people are rushing to get tax filings out so they can try and apply for those PPP and
Right.
EIDL loans. From the legal standpoint, there's a lot of legal hurdles that people are not realizing yet, that, be it they're getting evicted from their retail shop, or
Right.
they can't pay their employees, and so they're going to have some employment law disputes, or breach of contract. There's all kinds of things that we're helping clients out with, even to the point of, we have a bunch of clients that are independently wealthy, and now they're realizing this as an opportunity as opposed to a burden. And so
Right.
we've got everybody on that spectrum.
How's everybody then? How are your clients doing? I mean, are people freaking out that they're not be able to pay their rent? I don't know if you deal with like the mortgage side of everything or where their money's going, but I know right now with mortgages, luckily Lindsay and I are doing okay, but I know that a lot of talk is like the forbearance, right? Where a
Right?
lot of people are like, oh yeah, my bank will give me a forbearance, not knowing that they give you a 3-month forbearance. On the fourth month, all of it's due at once. I mean,
They
are
very well
people
could
doing
accelerate.
this?
Right. So most of our clients, and we've worked with a lot of our clients for a number of years, but we're very proactive as opposed
Hmm.
to reactive. And so we've been anticipating these kinds of things happening, despite the fact nobody knew this was going to happen.
Right.
We've been preparing most of our clients for, hey, if the market tanks, if housing prices drop, what do we do? If your business suddenly gets sued, what kinds of things are going to come up? And so a
Hmm.
lot of our clients are actually in a really good position right now. We are getting a bunch of new clients that we never thought this was going to be an issue. What do we do? How do we fix this? And
Right.
each individual client is different, and they all present different ideas. but we're walking through it with them and trying to help them get not only back to square one, but back in a better position than they were previously.
I feel like a lot of people right now, our age I feel like we're just in this world of people have no idea what's going on. Like we don't know because we grew up without social media. We're in social media. We used to have like no knowledge of anything. All of a sudden now there's too much knowledge and everybody's freaking out. I'm always in a boat of everything's going to be okay. I'm always telling my wife that everything's going to be fine. We're just going to do what we do and it'll go away, but it's not going away. What are you guys kind of doing? Do you feel like you're doing something every single day that's the same for all of your clients? The same thing keeps coming up, or is it just depending on the client?
Again, depending on the client. I mean,
Right.
it depends on what stage we're starting at, really. So from the baseline, right? People come in, I don't know anything. I just have a job. I don't know where to start. And we start to look at what does your estate plan look like? What do your healthcare and financial power of attorneys look like? What does your tax situation look like? Because despite the fact you think you just have a job, you might have some really cool planning opportunities. And then we start to walk into what are the financial opportunities after that. So what kinds of things can you be doing to not only save tax money, but save money for you? So when something like this happens, you're good. And we start to, it's really a nice holistic approach at the individual. And it really benefits everybody that we work with, from W-2 employees all the way up to I have a small business with 10 employees. We can really help everybody, so it's kind of fun.
I like that. I like that you guys have that broad range. I know that meeting attorneys, talking to attorneys in the past, I'm always intimidated. I'm always, because I don't know. I always feel like they know more than me. I feel like you know more than me.
Right.
So let me ask you this. I know that a lot of people do not talk to attorneys in any way because of the money factor. They're always afraid that
hate those guys.
Yeah, freaking, like, I'm like, dude, can I afford? And instead of me going out and asking like, hey, can I afford it? I just don't. Right. So walk me through how somebody really can afford this. Is it worth it to them? Especially if they have nothing, like, I'm fine, but I should have this stuff. I know I should, but like, I'd rather spend my money, going to like Hawaii. Walk me through that. What's the actual like cost? I know you can't give me like a dollar amount, but like, walk me through that.
No, that's the beauty. We've got dollar amounts on our website. So if people want to know, we're very transparent. I do not care. We won't give away the secret sauce, right? But I'll tell you everything that's going to cost you from day one.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we've kind of taken a client-centric approach in designing this, where just like you said, you as a client, I don't want to go in there if I know I'm going to get charged $500 just for a 1-hour meeting.
Right.
So, we know that. I've been in that same position. I don't want to charge people for that because that's disingenuous on my part. I'm just making money just to sit there. Mm-hmm. So we only get paid if we're doing something for somebody, period. And with that in mind, unless we're doing a project for you, come on in. Let's talk about it. Like we know we're going to help you at some level. And so down the road, we might have you might be a great client. Right now, you might just be testing the waters.
Right.
So we've taken that approach.
Do you just work with people in the Vegas area? I know that you said remote stuff. It's kind of everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, the beauty of, I'm a Nevada licensed attorney, so I practice primarily in the state of Nevada. We have Reno clients, we've got Carson clients, Elko clients, mostly Las Vegas and Henderson, naturally, because I'm here. But I'm also barred in federal tax court. And so any federal tax issue that anybody in the country is handling, I can step in and handle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, same with our CPAs and our financial advisors. They can represent people anywhere. So it's very, very helpful. We're not really confined to, Las Vegas only.
Right. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's something that everybody needs to know, because obviously I'm in Sparks. Your roots are over here as well. So it's nice to see. Do you ever come down? Do you ever come back over to the Sparks?
Yeah, not as much as I'd like to. Secretly and selfishly, I miss Gym Boys and Awful and all the great places we grew up with.
You guys don't have Gym Boys?
We don't have Gym Boys. It's a travesty. What? I know. We've got some other shops that are not quite as good, but I try to make it up there as often as I can. You usually go to at least one Wolfpack football game a year, whether it's there, here, or this last year we went to the San Diego State game. So we try and support Reno as much as we can, even though we're here.
Right. How's everything going with the closures there? I mean, is it weird? Is everybody freaking out? Especially with dude, when the strip closed,
It's
that was like crazy to me.
Yeah, that's a little eerie. You can drive up and down the strip and you can still see, there's a few people wandering around, but
Right.
it's like a ghost town. It's like
Right.
Resident Evil. But for the most part, it's already 100 degrees here. So most of Las Vegas has taken to, yeah, we're going to go outside, we're going to get some exercise. I don't
Hmm.
care what anybody says. Good
Yep.
luck stopping me.
Yep.
And traffic has died down significantly, so that's pretty great. But there's still people out and about. um, the liquor stores,
Is there
everybody,
anything open on the strip? Like, why are people down there?
just to see the spectacle that is the empty strip.
Yeah, because there's like nothing. You can't walk into any.
Now, there's none of the casinos are open. I think some of the major ones, the Wynn, Venetian, they're planning on opening in a couple of weeks,
Right.
but I wouldn't anticipate a lot of people having reservations to go down
Well,
there.
yeah, they're saying right now, like I think it's like 90% of hotels have not been booked, and I was like in awe that anything's been booked. I'm like, I thought hotels were closed too, but apparently they're not.
Right.
Casinos,
It's
I'm sure
more
they're
so
closed.
affecting it's more so affecting the smaller, or smaller is a subjective term, but the
Right.
smaller casinos and businesses here in Las Vegas. So much like in Reno, we've got the local casinos, we've got the local establishments here.
Hmm.
Um, those are the places to be more concerned about, not so much the places on the strip. Um,
So, are you doing more? So, these clients that you're meeting with, are you guys still maintaining the social distancing? Are you guys having to do everything via Zoom meetings, or how is your business kind of flowing right now?
Right. So until Monday, so this coming Monday is when we're gonna, officially, hey, clients, if you need to come in, like to notarize or to sign a trust or something like that, you're
Right.
more than happy to come in.
Okay.
But until then, we've been maintaining Zoom meetings. Everything's been remote, which is, it's a give and take. It's a learning curve for everybody.
Right.
But physically, I am still in the office every single day. So
Making that money, buddy.
yeah.
Is the wife, is she working or is she at home or what is she doing?
Yeah, so my wife, for those that don't know, she's a marriage and family therapist.
Ooh.
She, as you would imagine, is very busy in this time right now. And
Right.
so she's seeing most of her clients remotely as well.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if she's watching. Hello, if you're watching, dear, love you.
Hi.
But, for what it's worth, we've both adapted to whatever this new norm is. And we're able to successfully communicate and run our businesses remotely like this.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I imagine the stress everybody's feeling right now. So her business is probably popping off. Um, yeah, I don't know if I could be married to somebody that in that profession. Is that that'd be you never win an argument, right? Because it'd be a conversation, and then
I'm gonna
it'd be
refrain from comment on that one so I don't get in trouble.
yeah. I know. I was like, dude, I don't want you to get into this, but like, holy crap! Like my wife does hair, so like we can argue about stuff. But if it comes to hair, like I'm out. Like there's nothing I'm going to talk about with her because I'm going to be wrong no matter what. So um, I mean, I'm glad you're doing well. It's just such a weird thing to be going on. And whenever I talk to small business people, I never assume that they're doing well. I assume that everybody's struggling like me and doing all that. But
Right.
but then to talk to you and this is, I don't want to say helping your business, but it's giving you opportunities that maybe haven't presented itself before. I think is amazing, and I think that other people need to start looking for that. We're at a point now where we need to stop um, complaining and start finding ways to benefit and help off of this.
Right.
Um,
So
who it-
along those terms, the woe is me mentality is not going to get anybody anywhere, right?
I agree.
If we're going to sit down and put our heads down and say, "Oh, I can't do anything because somebody won't let me go back to work,"
Right.
that's not going to help your situation at all. So we've kind of taken that approach and said, you know what, we got to pick ourselves up and we got to make the best of this situation. Now, are we in the best position possible? By no means. Like, you're not, multimillionaires rolling around in cash like Scrooge McDuck, right?
Right.
But we're taking this as an opportunity to really go back to our roots as a business to find out what is the reasons that we started this to begin with. And the reasons are we wanted to help people. And there's a lot of people that need help right now. So that's what we're focusing on.
Now, are people? how are people finding you guys? I mean, are you getting referrals, or are people going in the phone book, or how are people actually getting to you?
Phone book. I haven't seen one of those in years. You're
Yeah,
really
you made a
dating.
Scrooge McDuck reference, so
That's right.
I wanted to
You
take it back.
No, so for the most part, we're still in this weird growth phase. The law firm, we're building out marketing for that. The
Okay,
stage business, we're building out marketing for that. And so our websites are actually under construction. So I apologize for everybody going to those. But yeah, most of our business is word of mouth. It is referrals from, somebody that we've worked with, somebody that we're
cool.
not of the, we don't do billboards, we don't do commercials. That's not, our brand. So we're never
Right.
going to do that kind of stuff. But, people find us. I'll give you whatever information that you want to help people out. But it's really it's a cool concept that we're starting. It's just in its infancy stage at best.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the all-inclusive, pricing accordingly, but having one spot. There's something to be said where, like I have an insurance guy here, and they take care of like all our insurance. So if I need a call like on business or a car or something, and I need to send somewhere, I can just call him and he just does it all for me rather than me having to call everything. So I like this. I like this concept where it's all in one spot. And, like if I do go to your place for a meeting and I need something else on the CPA side or something, it's right there. Or I'll be like, dude, can you just get that from, John or whoever CPA dude is?
Right, and it was with that mentality that we designed this. It
Yeah,
was hey, billionaires have had this for years, and they've done pretty well for themselves by having everybody looking out for them.
right.
And historically, to run an office like this, it costs $1 million a year if you are a
Right.
billionaire. And we know that there's only so many billionaires to go around. So
Hmm.
let's scale this down significantly to make it make sense for you.
Well, it's also they're billionaires, right? So like they can snap their fingers, and we always think that money's not an issue,
Right.
but you guys have taken that away as well. So we're obviously for the people, but you still have that. Yeah, why should it be hard? I mean, that's the biggest thing as a business owner myself. Like I do everything I can for my clients to make it easy for them, whether it's sending out questionnaires or contracts or pre-answering questions or doing everything I can to make them think on what I need from them rather than them thinking of what they might need. You guys are filling in that gap.
Right. And again, like I said, it's more about being proactive. So rather than you coming just to the attorney's office and I want to draft an estate plan. Well, I don't know what it is that you want to protect. I don't know
Right.
what your financial situation is. I don't know what kind of tax issues you're getting into. So I can't give you the best recommendation. So then we have to go back to the CPA, who, if you own a business, is probably doing your business and personal taxes. So
Right.
naturally, that person would have more information about you. But from what we've seen here in Las Vegas, most of those folks don't want to do proactive planning. They don't have time for it. And
Right.
so their job is to fill in the numbers and do some
And
tax
that's
stuff
it.
for you.
Yeah.
That's it. And then it goes to, oh, well, have you funded your retirement plans properly this year? Well, I don't nobody told me how to do that.
Right.
So we were just spinning around in circles, all going, well, how do we make this better for the client? Well, it'd be better if everybody was kind of in the same office here, and let's make this make sense.
And so everybody in the office is like-minded at they're all proactive and they're all gung-ho about helping the client.
Right. Yeah. It's a lot easier to fix a problem before it happens than to
Right.
go back and say, well, Jeremy, look what you've done. It's going to cost you, 30 grand just to get back to square one.
Are your clients okay with that? I mean, are they okay with the proactive side? I mean, like sometimes they might not think of a will or a trust, but then you're like, hey, we should do this now. I mean, are
Right.
they just trusting you guys to be like, yeah, just tell us what we need and you do it? Or do you have to kind of finagle your way and tell them why?
No, so everybody in our office works under the fiduciary standard, meaning we only do what's in the best interest of the client. We're not
Cool.
salesmen. We don't upsell. We don't pitch anything. It is client, if this is for your best interest, I'm going to recommend this. But if
Okay.
it's not, I'm going to tell you it's not. And, from that perspective, sometimes even us as advisors, we disagree. And so it's beneficial that, hey, even if we disagree, we're all in the same room disagreeing together. Uh, that way, for the client, for you, we're only doing what's in your best interest. So if you don't need a trust that's going to cost $5,000, $6,000, I'm not going to recommend that to you. But if
Right.
you definitely need it, you definitely need it. And so what we've seen thus far is clients are very receptive to that, knowing that we're not here to just sell them something. And that goes a lot further than the salesman attitude.
Right. And any business, that is, once somebody feels like they're being sold to, then that, trust is gone. I mean, nobody wants to be sold to.
Right. No, myself
Ultimately,
included. I don't have time to get sold anything.
right.
So I know how that feels. So we operate a little bit backwards.
Good. No, I like that. Backwards, but I think that's the way it's going. I mean, I get a message on Facebook here that's like, "Hey, Jeremy, do you want to start selling these pills and join me in an adventure?"
That's
And
right.
I'm like, "No,
Well,
I'm cool."
marketing at its finest.
Right. Or these posts that keep coming up always like, "Hey, how much would you like to make $50 an hour? And all you gotta do is work from home on your phone." And I'm like, "No, like, or just tell me what it is." And I don't need a whole like lecture on everything.
Sure.
Awesome, buddy. We are almost out of time here. So what I want to do is I want to give you like a minute just to pimp yourself out. I know the website's under construction, but we can definitely let people know where to find you and all that. So go ahead and just pimp yourself out, your basic client base and all that stuff, and we'll go from there.
So anybody that wants to get a hold of us, our phone number is 702-867-6767. The law firm phone number, just as easy to remember, 702-444-7970. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. We can pretty much handle anything you're going through, believe it or not. Our website, www.sageadvisorsnv.com. Like I said, it is under construction, so bear with me for a couple of weeks. But, anything that our clients are going through, whether it's legal, tax, finance, everything in between, from, hey, I just have a job, I make $15 an hour, all the way up to, help me please, I made too much money, I don't know what to do. We handle all of those situations.
That's amazing. So I would simply say, if you have any money-related questions, tax-related questions, Matt might be the first place you go. And I'm sure that if him or his entire crew can't do anything, which might be rare, they can at least refer you out to anywhere. And you don't have to live in the Vegas area to indulge in his stuff. I've also tagged Matt and Sage Tax and Business Advisors on this post if you're watching on Facebook as well. And then on the podcast, you'll see it on the comments. Dude, thank you so much for doing this. Stay on the line. We're going to get off of Facebook. So say bye to Facebook.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Dude, awesome. So that's going to live on Facebook. You can share, post, do whatever.
Cool.
But thanks, man. I'm glad you're doing well, dude. This is big business now.
Yeah, we're getting into a weird little, it started just as an idea, and
right.
we've seen it successful from other places. So there's a place in Kansas City that's been doing this for 10, 15 years. And they went from just where I'm at, like a solo guy doing it on his own,
right.
to now they manage over $40 billion in client assets.
Oh, wow.
And they've done that in 15 years. So we're going to try and not duplicate that, but we're going to try and mirror it as best we can to really help people out.
But yeah, it's like a proof of concept, right? I mean, they've already done the proof that it can be done.
It does
Vegas,
work.
Yeah, Vegas is a big town, man. I mean, it shouldn't be any reason. I mean, if somebody can do it there.
Well, that's the thing, and we don't need to help everybody. We know who our clients are and who they're not.
Right.
There's some people that, quite frankly, they don't want to pay for our services, and, we'll tell them what they need to know and have a nice day. But we don't, we're at the point where we don't need to chase people around for, $1,200 LLCs, right? When, we know that long-term, we're going to get most of our clients from doing good work and getting referrals.
It's a good mindset to have, because I know, when I mentor people, photographers, artists, that's kind of what I tell them. It's like, it's okay not to book people. It's okay not to, you don't want to fight for that $500 bride or something that's going to tell you everything.
Yeah, you go through that on a daily basis, like just
right, on a lot, smaller scale, but it's just annoying. You know your worth, your value, why you charge. We didn't just pick up a number of what we charge to pick a number. It's like we did it from this formula, and this is why we're doing it. And when somebody comes and says, "That's cool, man, but I'll give you half of that for more work," you cool with that? I know you're hungry right now. Yeah, and it's just annoying, and that's.
I know, and it's tough to turn that down when you're in a lull, when you're in a starting point where you're going, man, I got to feed my kids, and this $250 will help me do that, but you got to know your value, and it's good to know that.
Definitely hard, dude. It's a hard thing to think about.
So, But yeah, no, I appreciate you having us on. It's a
Yeah, man. Well, let
like
me know when you're in town next. We'll get together. Corey moved away, so Corey's gone.
so you're solo there by yourself then, huh?
Yeah, well, but I have been like, I don't talk to anybody. I'll talk to Brian. Corey moved over the Bay Area for work. Um, and that's it. I mean, who else is there?
Yeah,
Everybody's
because
gone.
Austin moved to New York years ago.
Yeah, Anson's been gone. Eddie's in Seattle. Brad Sage, I see every once in a while floating around.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually saw him when I was taking the bar. His wife was taking the bar as well, and
Oh,
his father-in-law was the president of the bar association at the time that I was taking the bar. So it was like, oh, this is weird. Maybe you guys
right.
can help me ask since you know this guy.
Wait, so her dad was the president?
Yeah, he still is.
Did she get any like?
No
That'd be
preferential
tough,
treatment.
man. Yeah.
No,
Oh, well.
he's a stickler, man. But he seems like a nice, down to earth guy. But
Yeah. Well, he
he's
has
been
to be,
running
I
the bar
guess.
pretty strong. So I give him props. He's got a tough job.
Dude, that's awesome. So what's the next? I know you guys are working on this, but what's the end game? What's the goal in this, or are you just focused now?
End game is I think at some point we probably will have a Reno office in the
Mhm.
next like 5 years. Even if it's just like I got to come up there once a month or something
Right.
and placate clients, and that's fine by me. But I think the end game is, we're going to have the assets under management piece, which is just like every other financial advisor,
Mhm.
and the tax and the bookkeeping and the law, and it's all going to feed into each other. So the goal is, within the next 3 to 5 years, like we'll be in that good position. So right now, it's just getting all the chess pieces in
Right.
place.
Yeah, and once that happens, I think it should be easier. Dude, congrats, man. That's awesome.
Thanks, I appreciate it. We're just getting into growth mode, which sucks
Yeah.
at this time, but
I
you know,
know.
I think this actually presents a lot of great opportunities where other people are closing down, and
Right.
other people are, hey, I can't afford my CPA. They charge me $3,000 a year. Well, we'll charge you a little bit less. Let's
Right.
help you.
Well, I think, and like you said, it shows what businesses are made of at this time, right? Like if they
Yeah.
can't make it through this 6 weeks, 8 weeks of not working, maybe they didn't have that strong of a plan in the first place.
And that's what we've seen too. And so I was affiliated with another law firm,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a partner at this firm, and I'm going, what are you guys doing? Like, this is not a good way to run a business. Like,
Oh, wow.
I don't understand. And they're taking out loans, they're laying people off, they're downsizing as much as possible. And I'm going, I think the problem is more at the top than
Right.
with the actual business model. So
Right. And
so
that's
it
hard
was a
for
perfect
them to
time
know.
for us to pivot and do our own thing and really create for for the you and I's, the everyday,
Yeah. The norms, the normies.
the normies.
Awesome, buddy. All right. Well, if you need anything, just let me know. We'll push it out. Also, what I'm telling everybody on these podcasts, if there's something you need to push out in the future, something exciting, something whatever, or information you have that would help the public, just let me know. We'll just throw you back on. That way we can keep pushing you out. But I'm going to keep this going for a while.
No, I appreciate it, man. Anything you need, let me know.
Got it, buddy.
Same goes to you. You're
Yeah.
essentially a client for all respects, but let me know.
I don't have anybody that does my stuff, so I'll probably hit you up here in the next few weeks and see what I need to do. But I've always TurboTaxed it, kept my own
Oh
records.
gosh, you're gonna drive me
everything.
nuts.
Dude, it just automatically imports into my next year. That's all it is. But we're getting to that point. Like I'm just done with it, so I'm done. I have like a receipt thing back here that I have to like input every day, and I mean I'll keep that practice, but
You're probably missing out on all kinds of deductions and expenses by doing
probably. But I just pay the IRS. That's cool. I've decided it's a never-ending payment, so I'm just going to keep paying them every quarter.
Do you have an S corp set up, or is it just an LLC?
Sole. It's a sole proprietor. Is that S corp?
No, that's just the sole prop.
Yeah, sole prop. I've talked about LLC for a long time, and I've never actually. What's the benefit?
If anybody ever sues you for anything, LLC
Right.
insulates you a little bit more.
Right.
You'll also get a 20% deduction right off the top just for being an LLC. So that's very helpful for your tax situation.
Yeah.
But then you get to choose how you want to be taxed. Do you want to get taxed the way you're getting taxed right now? Do you want to get taxed as an S corp, or do you want to get taxed as a C corp? And I would hope that someday you make enough money to be taxed as a C corp, but right now that doesn't make any sense. So an S corp will actually probably save you, depending on how much you're making every single year, anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 in taxes every single year.
Oh wow.
So being an LLC and filing as an S corp will save you a ton of money.
So all right, then I'll do that. And you guys do that?
Yeah, we do that all day.
All right, I'll hit you all day, every day. Put me on your calendar for like a month from now or something, and then hit me up, and then we'll just let me know what you need to do.
Yeah, for sure. It's really, a couple of forms. We fill it out. We just get everything squared away with the Secretary of State. Make sure that your LLC is filed correctly, and then make the proper election with the IRS, and you're good to go.
Awesome. Yeah, and I just renewed my business license with state, but I haven't heard anything back from them. I haven't gotten it or anything, so that's my only pushback right now.
Oh, did you mail it in?
Yeah. So I mailed it in to them, and then normally they mail it back to me, but it's been like almost 4 weeks now. So
let's do this. While I still got you on the line, give me 30 seconds. I'll pull it up for you.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So if they don't, then, I mean, are they open? I don't even know if City Hall's open, because it's just at City Hall that I send it to.
Oh, you don't send it to Secretary of State?
No. Oh, no, wait. So city license. My is it city license? I only need the city one, the business license.
Oh, no, you definitely need a state one too.
Oh, I've never had one.
Oh, that's okay.
Cool.
We'll get you on the right track. Well, yeah, if the city one, they're probably closed. I'll guarantee you that.
So that's the only one I send in.
Yeah, the state ones, every business that's operating in the state needs a state license.
Oh, I know no photographers that have that. Everybody just gets a city here.
Yeah, we'll pretend that I didn't hear that. But
that's all right. Well, and no, that's information I push out, because I'm always like, get your license and get your insurance. So we guide people on those ways. But even if you go to like the city and they give you a form to fill out and tell you what you need to start a business,
you don't know what it means. Yeah.
Right. And well, I just do everything they told me, and I pay my fee every year, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's like
gotta be legit.
$300.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, is it? I don't know how much the city.
I pay. It's on a scale, but like depending on how much you make, so it's anywhere from 60 if you make under 20,000, and then there's a multiplication. If you make over 100,000, it's like 130 times 13 cents per 100 or something. So you have to do a calculation.
Oh yeah, that's definitely city specific then. Yeah. So the state of Nevada requires any business operating in the state to have either a sole prop, an LLC, whatever a state business license that you need.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually about $400.
So, every year, or just that first time and then renewed?
No, the first time you set it up will be the most expensive, especially if you use an attorney, obviously.
Right.
Because we're going to charge you fees for drafting operating agreements and getting all of it squared away. But the initial filing fee is $425 for an LLC, and then it's $350 or $375 every single year to renew it. But without that, you're kind of on the border.
All right. Well, then let's get that set up, and then maybe I can LLC at the same time, and then.
Yeah, ideally you would just do the LLC, and then we would get the S corp election set up, and then you get payroll started. Because your biggest expense, and I can show this to you at another time if you want, but your biggest expense is self-employment tax.
Yeah.
So if we can make that self-employment tax number much, much smaller, that's what's going to save you a ton of money. All
right, dude. Well, this worked out in my benefit then. Yeah. So let's hit me up at like, I don't know, end of this month or something, end of what is it, May? When everything settles down for me at least, and then we'll rock it out.
Yeah. Anything you guys need, just let me know.
Appreciate it, buddy. All right, man. I will talk to you later. Tell the family I said hello.
All right, we'll do.
Later.